So we'll do a little bit of coaching slash, just, yeah, coaching slash VOD review for Chef, and then we'll probably move down the line a little bit to Hydro and Beetle here. So let's talk about comp real quick. So with what we are running, the May and the Baptiste make it so we need to play together. And win condition would be Ice Wall for May. So when we go into these fights, how we supposed to prep for this is we're looking for the Ice Wall in order to press the go button, more than uh, more than anything else. I mean, obviously, if there's somebody's lower, we get a pick, then we go in. But if what we're really looking for is Maywall onto someone, so as for the BAP, very good healer for big groups that stick together, just like Moira. But with Immo, he can enable you to stay in the fight, in the front line, a lot further than needed. So playing against their comp, they will also have something like that for their tank, except no Immo. So for the team, they're going to have group mass heals, and their win condition would be a hack target that the Sombra goes after. So, so again, if we know the comp that they're running, and we're going into this fight, exact same comps, right? The win condition of the perfect fight that we would need would be we get a good wall off on someone, run them down. Probably don't use speed boost at this point. We wait for speed till after the wall so we can chase. Once wall goes down, let's say the person isn't. Let's say if we do kill someone, then we can push forward, all while making sure the Sombra doesn't get a good hack off. So either walling faster than the Sombra can hack someone, or just getting a pick from the wall, or spy checking her and forcing her TP. But everything else we should be able to overcome. So we take left. I prefer to do left side with more of a brawl comp, just because one, you can almost bait them into a smaller corridor, which is going to be better for us than going out in the open. Which this, yeah, we just, so not the best shield, but that's okay. Alright, this is where I would slow. So they're down a tank. Their natural response is going to be to back up, see if they can get anything, or back up to kite your aggression. As you aggress, they're going to capitalize on a mistake that one of you guys got left behind, something like that. So that's why you throw a slow, keep them in the fight. Still slow for the use. Spy checking. Yep, good. So now with them switching to the Junkrat and the Rhine, that's going to make them a little bit more brawly. But that's fine because we can play a little bit more at range. They don't have any kind of range, and we can just poke them and put pressure on their shield and them as they push towards us. So again, when we want to take a fight here, we want to try to take it on the opposite side of the well, so they're forced to path into us, and if they are, that's when we hammer them with just natural fire. I don't mind this. Well, okay, so I don't like that slow because we want to kite their slow down their aggression as they push forward. Make them use more resources to push even further. Instead, you could have just used shield there so that Archery and you can poke safely. Slow. Good barrier, dude, but I don't even know how he got it up that quick.
I will break before I yield. Devour.
Sorry, we don't pay attention. Yeah, I was about to say that's really dangerous. Let's just go back. So we shield this, fine. Then utilize it, keep poking, you know. Fine. I don't like coming out. I don't like coming out because it forces. So now that they switched over to a Kree, they don't have that extra brawly presence inside that room like we do. So we can still take the fights in there. So as we want to fight in there, so that the Rhine starts to fight in there, and we're more advantaged. You know, if he pushes past that choke, Stealth could possibly get a good wall that cuts off the point from him. We pick him up and then move forward. And it just puts you at a risk to getting booped. 1 second. Kree, okay, so Kree should have been your target there. He's already low. Chased him a little bit. So you don't want to chase him like all the way, get up in his face. You do have some range on those that if you were just to play that doorway and punch him, he would have died. But then your annihilation still might be ticking if you were out by the door. Don't know why we beat it. EMP. Good pick. You have a shield, man. Use it. Good slow. You know he has shatter. Nice. So yeah, definitely need some abilities there and some target focus, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay, let's talk about comps. So currently they have a lot of poke against our really close-up brawl. Not to say we can't win this, it's just we need to play a little bit more smartly about this. How we play it is pathing. We want to try and take the paths that are going to be the least, or the most out of their LOS as we can. So pathing through that left side, you know, trying to weave in between these pillars, that kind of thing. We don't want to just run directly at them because that's going to use a lot of our resources out of the way. Mainly for engage, we would just want to use at most probably like speed boost, some shield health, and that's it. We really don't want to have to use MO. We don't want to have to use wall. So those are the two that we really want to use in order to close the distance. However, they have a lot of long range poke that they will be playing far away. We need to rotate, and the smart thing for them to do would just be to counter rotate the opposite way. They also have a Lucio, so that is possible for them to do. If that's the case, then your Kree and somebody else just needs to play a little bit more split. Another fire strike here. Don't go that close to the wall. Please be safe. Not bad.
It's a bone orchard out here.
Shield management actually wasn't that bad after looking at it. Yep. Just keep looking for those early fire strikes. It's fine. Again, we don't want let them push. We want to try to save at least some of our shield, but where we want to attack them is currently where you're standing, anywhere behind, pretty much anywhere behind this thing right here is where we want to fight them, right? Like, we can stand here and poke a little bit, that's fine, but like we don't want to have poke so much that our shield is crit the entire time. We can't block any important cooldowns. Yep, you're exposing yourself a lot right here, which is cool. Well, not cool, but it's if we're going to commit stuff and we want to push that far, that's fine, we can. It's just would probably be a little bit more easier to fight them closer, so we don't have to use speed to engage. That's what fighting behind that wall does. Anything past that, we would have to use speed to close distance. Great chatter. Good. Probably could have swung and killed the Lucio.
Keep you safe.
Shield. Oh, what are they doing? Weird. Okay, so not bad on that one. At all. Definitely looked like your best hero.
Is possible
Everyone,
today.
stick together. We can do this.
What the fuck is moving out here? Oh, it was a cruise ship. Huh. Alright, Winston. This did not look good.
I can't wait to see you all in action.
Okay, we'll back up.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Charging your shots here. Poking with the charge shots. Good, you dive him. Works for me. Could have stayed in on that Lucio a little bit longer. Yeah, I don't like going on that Tracer. You are already low. We lost our Ana. All we traded back was a Widow. We need to play a lot more safe just because we don't have that large amount of heals. And kind of leave it up to our DPS to do a lot of the heavy lifting. What we're using is hard cover and bubbles in order to maintain our health, but also try to put in some work.
The objective is now.
If I keep
Short leap there, not a long one. Take high ground here. Take high ground. Stage high ground. I think you need to lower your sensitivity on Winston a little bit. You're overcorrecting yourself too much. You have a leap button. You're not doing much, you're just tickling the Rhine. Like, no, this isn't who you need to be going on. Not at all. Still not the Tracer. Good, the BAP. Wow, I like that. There you go. And on the vet, and on the vet, and on the vet. Good bubble. I don't think it did much to block it off, but that was a good try. Good. Lucio, not Tracer.
I'm with you. My ultimate is almost
Okay, so the people that you need to be going on is the BAP and the Lucio. The best way to play Winston is to not have to use leap to engage. You want to make sure you're saving that to get out. So staging area and where you should be jumping on would be you stage up here where you currently are. If they come this way, you're dropping down, you're tasing, you put down bubble, you're still tasing, maybe you get some cleave on the team, they push, you know, they force you out a little bit, you leap back up, you're back up here, you're safe. They're not going to be able to reach you unless a BAP jumps up here, but you should be getting healed before that. Same thing with right here. You drop down where this tree is, you tase, you get some cleave, bubble, same thing, you jump back up. Or if they're starting to push hard and they kind of just walk past, then instead of leaping back up there, you can always leap up back here, or just leaping out in general. But like that's kind of where you want to stage. Good, you did it. Jumped out too early, could have stayed in longer. Did not need primal here. You don't want to use primal to engage like this too much. That's more of your get out of jail free card.
I need to temper my temper. Ladies bounce.
Okay, so look, with our Tracer getting a pick, we can try to be a little bit more aggressive, poke out some more. Don't like that leap, you want to do a short leap, not a long one. You don't reset here, you reset to the other high ground to your left. Good, dropped a little too early. You possibly didn't even need to drop, you could just stand up there and tase them from above. I mean, you're tracking her, but like, where's the poke shots? Like, that is Winston's biggest poke pool at the moment. Up, not up that way. I'm gonna still remain a semblance of the high ground. You're holding that choke. You're not rotating around this way. You're holding that choke. Okay, well now that they rotated, yeah, it looks good. Just walked into that one. And I'm pretty sure Stealth saves this. Okay, so I am going to show you some things on Winston real quick. Surprised I haven't gotten DC'd yet. Okay. So, number one, this is your biggest poke tool. Like, if you're just, let's say the bots is the enemy and this is the choke that they have to push through, this is where you're going to be using this to attack and cleave, right? If they're still pushing, you're just popping out, charging up, popping out. Like that, right? Start using it as a poke tool. And if you want before you engage, just like that. Like it's a great combo to actually do if you get the hang of it. But that was a little bit of, I mean, that was a full charge shot. And look at that. That's barely any tasing, and he's already low. Like, it's such a good burst. You charge this up, leap, let go, and you melee as you land. It's perfect. I mean, like that. You're almost crit at that point.
Where are my men?
Good grief! I don't know. Even I didn't realize how like strong that combo is. Like, really? That one? Come on. So, again, there you go. There's a little combo for you. Make sure you're using this as a poke tool. Actually does some pretty decent damage, so. And you want to try and melee before you land so that an animation cancels it. And it's like, if you time it just right, it's almost like you won't be able to see it. Like there, you could see it a little bit, but not a whole lot. Alright, so next thing what I really wanted to show you was your leaps. Okay, so there's a couple different kind of leaps that you're going to have to learn. So you have your traditional normal leap that's not pressing anything on the analog stick, that's just pressing the button. Okay? Normal, right? So next thing would be the further leap. So okay, so let's actually mark this so you can see the actual difference. We'll go over here. So from the 10, okay? This is just looking, jumping, out, okay? That's where you land. Like that's, yeah, not a whole lot, but okay. Now the next leap this is jumping with pushing the analog stick forward. Look at the difference. You just gained another 10 meters by jumping that far. Like it's crazy how far. So that's your longest leap that you want to do. Obviously, I mean, you have stuff like where you just jump up in the air, you can go forward. You actually have a lot more control in the air with Winston than you think. So, I mean, you can push back, forward, whatever. So the next thing is you got your medium range leaps, which is, that's kind of where you're just pressing the button, you know, oh, look, he's right there, let me just grab him real quick. You saw at the end of that, possibly you might have, that I pushed back a little bit on my analog stick. That's just a little bit to put me behind him, you know, or, you know, if he's running away, put you behind him, or in front. Yeah, you get the point. And then you have your short jumps, which is jumping as you're pushing back, you're holding back the analog stick the entire time. So, let me do a short range jump. Like that, right? But what I'm noticing from you is you're just constantly going far. You're not pushing back on the analog stick at all. You're doing the longest range jumps possible, right? And especially the short range jump is something that you're going to want to try to incorporate into your skill set. Like the fact that I can almost jump like 10 meters or less. Right? That's less than 10 meters. I can jump 5 meters with that. Like, that's going to be good for burst combos. So, like, you're chasing someone. Oh, I need to kill him. Oh, boom. Done. Right there, right? So So hopefully that kind of explains how the leaping mechanics. And eventually you'll be able to string it together and do some work.
I call that guerrilla warfare. Touching down.
Because believe it or not, I use a lot of short leaps myself. Like, sure, something long like this, yeah, you use your long leaps, but like short leaps even better. So that kind of explains that. All right, so now we will go and watch the other one. Where is right there? Wait. Oh, right there. Okay. So for Sig, his shield is going to be a little bit different than Ryan. For Ryan, you're shielding actively to protect your team. However, since Sig's barrier is paper thin now, you're not doing that for your team as much. You can do that a little bit, but like mainly you're using that shield for you because your team can use it, but like it's if they're playing behind you, but like otherwise. It's kind of tough shit because like it's paper thin, and if you want to block stuff, you're gonna do it for yourself. But it's easier to tell that kind of thing. So this is fine, not too far. You could have done it a little bit closer because what that does, if you have shield right here, that's gonna block from most of your team that's trying to push it all. If you're doing it closer, yes, that does block more, but putting it that close means that they can. Oh, sorry. They can simply either like walk forward past the shield, they can take a little side angle and have like a little crack that they can do. They can just it does force a reposition doing it that close, but that's just a small nitpick. Fuck. Yep, you want to alternate between using eat and shield. So stop playing out in the open like this. You want to play a corner. Yeah.
Was there a miscalculation?
Man, Track got some balls on him for this first pick he gets on the Widow. The man's fucking won and still keeps the peak. Don't need to waste rock there. I understand the attempt, but so again, this is easy. You know what you're doing. This is easy. You could just stand on car and poke them. However, this isn't setting up your DPS. Your DPS still cannot push forward because they still have access to the high ground. What you're doing right now can be done by a DPS, could be done by a support. What you need to do is come up the stairs and start pushing here. What this is going to do is, in their minds, they're going to think, oh shit, Sig coming up, he's a threat, gotta look at his way. When doing that is going to open your angles for your DPS to actually poke out, and as you keep pushing forward, this is going to push them further and further out of angles. So like when they're playing up here currently, they have this angle, they have this angle, they have where the Sig is and that angle, they have down below, they have too many angles on you, right? You pushing up here means they only have this angle and anything below, and this below angle obviously is not going to be as good since it's more on the open, and since you're up here you can just pop them from right there, right? So that's why you want to take top, not to just sit on car.
Barrier initialized.
However, our DPS are nuts and decide they want to just get picks. Aim's not too good on Sig, I'd work on it. That just takes time. Throw a shield out here. So definitely, yep, definitely throwing a shield out for Widow, good attempt on the rock. That's not really a good shield right now. You need to recall it. You need to recall your shield. You're not blocking for anything, really. Good attempt on the rock. If the wall wasn't there, you would have hit him. Just need to use eat a little bit earlier.
That was not the expected result.
We must push forward.
Scanning.
You're not going to be able to do much against the ball. You need to, yep. Eat. A little weight on the eat. Good ammo. Recall your shield. One, recall your shield. Two, don't repeat that hard. Especially since his Deadeye's still up.
The answer remains nebulous.
Was a good flux though, but
We must unblock the payload.
60 seconds remaining.
Barrier. Payload in motion stays in motion. Let them up.
good shield. I like that.
Try to remain aware. The payload advances. Khador.
Rock. Wanted to rock that a little earlier. After that first volley you sent out. Doesn't matter, you still got the pick, but I nitpicked.
Marks his prey.
Engage without me.
Actuating the barrier. The barrier is weakened. Barrier has been overwhelmed.
Don't. Okay, one. You didn't need to eat there. Huh? Didn't need to eat there. You one have a trank behind you. But you're not low. You don't need to cycle it that quick because the cycle between your shield going down and grasp is kind of tricky because like if you burn both too quick, you're just fucked. So like you gotta learn to take some of that damage for yourself and some of that poke. You take a couple Kree shots before you use it. Shield. Come on. Eating. Okay, you're dead.
Let us push the payload.
Allah safe to Aiden. Scanning.
You can look to shield that if you want it. Oop. Nice. You were shooting shots early. I mean, great rock, but slowly. Good shield.
60 seconds remaining.
Shield. Now you can use eat. Ooh, yeah, that's why you. That's why you should have used eat. Get healed up a little bit, then you can use flux. I do appreciate like using flux for when they are using their window, but that one was just a little off.
The name's Cassidy.
30 seconds remaining.
Ain't much time left.
Rally to the payload!
It's high tide.
Alright, why is it rotating that way? After we heard High Noon was over there, we should have looked towards him from the other way, not look. Okay, so the reason I say that, mine's right here where you are, Kree's over here. If once we hear that High Noon, we should be looking to poke out this way, because poking out this way isn't going to expose our back to everyone over here compared to poking over here, where now the Kree can see us and everyone else on God's planet can see us from over here. So, just a small thing. Good attempt.
Barrier initialized.
Good rock.
A theory emerged.
Yep, you keep pushing. No. You keep pushing this high ground, and the reason you push this high ground is so from where we are currently, they have a lot of space that they can still take. Yes, I get it. That I mean, even if Cart's back here, like we should still be trying to fight for one, this high ground, this little high ground over here, and then everything back here. Because as soon as we take this high ground, either they are forced to play on Cart, which then we can pinch them with whoever we have on Cart, whether that's one or two people, it doesn't matter. We pinch them either from that way if we hold up here, or they have to play so far back that we get so much more free cart space, or they play under here, whatever, either one. So that's kind of the importance of taking that high ground. Which I did tell you to do, you do. Yep, keep recalling that barrier, make sure it charges up. You could even push out a little bit more here to where the Kree is. Okay, this is where I could say you drop now. Yep.
Experience tranquility.
Need to go aggressively with Trank since we have it up. Oh, forgot. Yeah, go for the Kiriko over the Tracer there. Sir, she might be able to Suzu or TP out, but good attempt. You hit both and you would have killed her for sure. Okay, you used that both at the same time. You didn't need to. You should have used either shield or eat, not both. Alright. That's right, that's first point at least.
Ready.
Actuating. Barrier is splintering. Barrier initialized. The barrier cannot withstand much more.
Good shield, eating big cooldowns with it. Shield management actually looks a little bit better on Sig than I thought. Good attempt on the rocks. Right, they're just dying on car. boat.
What's this about?
A boat. It's about a boat.
That was not the expected result. You can't hide.
You could use a flux here.
Barrier unsuccessful.
Should have shielded that slow. Bad flux. You only caught the ball, I think.
The barrier appears.
This ends now.
The barrier's weakened.
Eat. Eat. If you're dying with eat up, something really went wrong. Again, if you use eat, you probably live. We still hold car.
It seems I lost my balance. Actuating the barrier.
Use eat there, not shield.
No one can
Good rock on the wall. Yeah, push. Push! You're playing like a pussy, push! Rock! Nah, you could have tried to rock her. So I want to explain something. When they're playing that far back out of your range and you don't want to go forward because it puts you in a bad position, that's when you can use your shield for your DPS. Like, hey, take this shield, feel free to hard peek however much you want, because when enabling them to do that, anytime they peek out, the enemy team peeks out, hopefully they get their head taken off, because obviously they're going to be protected and not have to worry about anything. Rock. Almost hit the follow through. Yep, net win for us. So, so they have overcommitted with using both support ults. So that means, hi. So with them using both support ults, that pretty much has secured them the fight. But it's, at the end of the day, it's still been more beneficial for us than it is for them, just because now they don't have anything to go into the next fight besides Pulse and Mines, compared to us, who has almost 5 ults, right? Them using both of those, they now don't have answers for a window, for especially Flux, which is good for us. So what you want to do with them when with them overcommitting and winning that, kind of, which actually I don't think they win here. So maybe this was the right play, but Okay, now we overspit it. Did not need dragon.
60 seconds remaining.
Try to rock.
Return to me.
Good attempt.
The barrier appears.
Keep pushing forward, not back, not back. That's why you don't want to push back, because of the mines.
10 seconds remaining.
However, they already used 3 ults to win that fight, and they still have to win another fight coming up. So as long as we don't get picked, we should be good.
Overtime.
Yes.
Let them up. Barrier is splintering.
Fox. Yep. Great, Fox.
No one can hide.
Good. Sig looked a lot better. Okay, so overall, we're not starting actually from a bad place, as much as I thought. Your Sig does look actually pretty good. Not too bad. Biggest things was the difference between which ability you were using, whether that's shield or eat, to try and negate some of that damage coming forward. Make sure that you are trying to balance out both abilities plus taking natural damage as much as you can. That's kind of goes the same for Rein. Either you're taking hard cover and not peeking out, you're using your shield, or you're just taking some natural poke. That's the key to shield management, is learning what damage to take and what damage for your shield to take. Gotta work on aim a little bit for Sig, but I mean, who doesn't? Fluxes were alright for the most part. You weren't really going for big groups, and every time you did go for someone, you try to go for somebody more mobile, like a ball, like a Tracer, Kiriko. Which, I mean, to be fair, their entire comp was very mobile, with pretty sure when they had the Sojourn instead of the Ashe, there's no one you could accurately flux and say, yeah, this is 100% going to hit, right? No, excuse me. Winston, I already talked about, but switching up your leaps, using his alternate fire as a poke tool. I think once we work on leaps, then we can move on to other things for coaching Winston, like primals. And then for Rein, shield management a little bit, and then throwing your fire strikes out a little bit more. But I didn't really get to see a whole lot of your Rein. As for Ramatra, a lot more ability usage and how you need to be using it. You want to be using that slow to slow down their engagements, to slow down their disengagements, so you can get staggers. That's kind of how you want to use it for the most part. Shield, could you be using shield more than you probably are, or using it to be able to push or poke out? So if you're taking space, you want to use that shield to walk forward, and then you're throwing out that slow to close the gap. Sorry, I feel like I keep hearing my phone ring. And then again, target focus on all of your people. You just got to know who you have the capability of taking down very quickly and catching up with. So like on Winston, you shouldn't be really going after a Tracer too much compared to their backline, whatever it is, which will be more susceptible to a dive. Hopefully that covers everything. I thought I was going to go over the other trials, but Honestly, yeah, well, maybe we'll see. I still probably am. So if you want to keep watching, feel free. But I mean, the rest of this is just me kind of talking it out, and kind of giving you an explanation. So yes, definitely watch it, I guess. All right, so we'll go back into Ilios and watch Hydro. Gives you another point of view as well from other players. One, he's not with the team, not good. Spy checking. If you're gonna look for her, you might as well spy check. And keep it on speed for now. I don't know why you're playing so far back. Like, you are gonna build ult so much more slow by not being more aggressive. Playing on the low ground a lot. Yep, you're just out.
Everyone feeling better? Before I
Speed your team. 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 There we go.
Catch these healing waves.
Switch to speed. Amp. Please tell me it doesn't beat. Oh yeah, that's why you beated that. A very bad beat. Spy check, spy check, spy check. If you're gonna keep looking around for this Sombra, just spy check. So, you should not be playing this far back. Our BAP could be playing this far back because he's the one that needs to play split, so he doesn't get caught by EMP since we do not have beat. You need to play inside the team more because if they EMP, let's say all 5 of us, as soon as that 1 second is up for the hack time, we have speed to get out instead of playing so far back. Good speed. Good. I need to adjust your settings for sense.
Let's get some healing beats going.
Don't move.
Good amp. Amping. Good lord. That was a good lamp.
Let's do this.
Looking for that poke, looking for the poke. Sits on heals naturally, that's good. Yeah, can be playing a little bit further up though. Switch over to speed. Push, 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 push. Good, keep it on heals. Like, their Lucio has died 4 times, yet still is out damaging us. We're really just not poking enough. And as I say that, you almost die. Poking, poking, poking. Stamping, good. Should have amped a little bit earlier as soon as your Rhine was starting to push forward. So far, so good. I like playing on the top right here if we're going to be playing this choke. Amp, 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 amp. There you go, now switch to heat speed. Good. You keep dropping to the ground when you could be carrying your momentum to go faster and farther. This is a weird fight. Guess I should have checked to see if the stream was on.
Freeze! Don't move.
Could have beat it in there as well. But it's fine.
Score 2-0. Ready, battle.
I can't wait.
Enemy! Time to tango.
That's easier than wave.
Push forward. That's unlucky for Ana. She shouldn't have been positioned down there. She probably should have just taken high. Yeah, just looking to get out here. We're down 2. Down 2. We don't want to push this far. This is staggering. Staggering. So, Chef, I'm pretty sure this is you that's coming in. Your stuff is in the front, so if you want to rewind it, go ahead. But I would also suggest probably watching some of these trials as well. Understand a different perspective. Has decent control of his movement for wall riding, but like doesn't use it enough.
I think we can use some goodbye.
I was about to say he needs to be playing on point a little bit more than we are, so he can look for those groups, so to get the knockoffs.
Bring out your best self.
Good attempt. Put on heals, not speed. Needs to be setting up high with us. I don't mind this position though, it's not too bad. Good. We don't beat, we don't beat. Good. Good.
I am healed.
Want to be using beat for the shatter or for the window. Now you want to push forward with your team. Not playing back here. Why are you playing this far back? Like, he is out damaging us by almost 1,000. Like, you're a very mobile person compared to their comp. Like, you should be a little bit more up in their face. I understand it looks like you're trying to play split so Shatter doesn't hit you, but playing this far back, nobody's utilizing heals or anything. You beat, you beat, you beat. Alright, I don't mind that. Gotta shoot tire if you're gonna wait it out. Okay, so this is I didn't get him on the next map, so yeah, it wasn't really very long. I'll just reset, launch Beetle.
You want that louder? Let's show them what we got.
Enemies here.
Well, actually, before we keep going, Hydro, for you, it's you need to play less far back, play more with your team. You are an AoE healer that you have to be close in order to get anything from you. Well, somewhat close. And like you need to be able to poke more. So playing up more with your team more aggressively will allow you to get more poke. You get more poke, you get more alt charge. Other than that, identifying what you need to use beat for every comp that they have or every switch they make it for, and just try to use it to the best of your ability for that. And then wall riding, try to use it a little bit more. Get some more height. You don't always have to play on the ground. Right, that's it for you. Moving over to Beetle. Yep, you take high here. You don't have to. So, want to take high ground when we're playing BEP. It's easier to hit our shots. So you could be playing this top above you, right behind you. Especially because it's going to avoid you getting hacked constantly like this, because you can just back up away from the ledge. Yeah, she could have just played up there to begin with, but it's alright.
Everyone feeling better?
Break before I yield. Here they come. Get ready.
Catch these healing waves.
High ground, don't have to play this low.
Someone has to keep you alive.
go to limp at. Hard focusing on pocketing when you could be DPSing. Clamp, 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 clamp. Yep, you're taking a high ground. Very good.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Don't use window.
Medics on the objective. Just saying.
Nice shot.
Where's the fun in playing fair? Where's the fun in playing fair?
Lamp. Lamp. Lamp out, not in. Want to be trying to use window after EMP. Okay. Wait for them to come a little bit closer before you do that. That's why I wanted to use it more towards the well when we're playing a little bit further back. Good lamp. DPS is healing. DPSing again. Again, we're DPSing when two of us are shattered, one of us is crit. Like, we need to start healing. Not DPSing. Good lamp.
You seem to attract danger. Here with the cure.
Ready.
Let's do this.
C'est prescription docteur. Round of healing. What's everyone else?
Need to hit our shots.
It's a bone orchard out here. Party time, let's go! You're going to be fine. Step right up.
Lamp, lamp.
Stay near the immortality field.
Good.
Aim something. Here with a cure. You're completely healed.
I will keep you safe.
There are enemies coming.
Aim at their body. Direct hits are gonna heal more, so that's what you gotta try to aim for. Get the best bet on the body. For sure, you hit them.
Freeze! Don't move.
If they're close enough, you hit their body. If they're not, you hit their feet. Yep, good. I could have gone back first. Actually, I do want to see this.
Kitty. Good kitty. One.
Crank up the game.
Should be on high ground, not over here. Good attempt. Grab Mega. Yeah, good fire strike. Don't even think meant to hit him.
The objective is now.
Just an issue of us not taking high ground versus playing this low.
The enemy outnumbers us.
Oh, I'm lucky.
Like a gentle rain.
Plenty of time to TP out of that. I think that pulse shouldn't have hit, but whatever.
Time to get clever. Guys over.
High ground, man. Just play high ground. You're not gonna keep getting poked at by a tracer if you're playing high ground.
What's up?
Good. Finally. Easy. Healing. No, you're not. Could have stayed out here.
Silly human. Taking the objective.
Gotta go quick.
I'm with you.
Yes, I like this position. Great position for you.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Like, you have no contestation for your high ground. Like, unless it's junk double mining up to get to you, or Lucio coming up, or a Vap walking across point to get to you. Like, you're safe from high ground.
Let the Kitsune guide you. Sasuga. What's up?
Temper my temper.
もう大丈夫。大丈夫。Draw strength from nature.
Almost. Still staying on the high ground. One behind you is fine too. Just makes this less potent for us to be able to dive in.
I've got you.
Good need Suzu there. And again, you're on the low ground now.
Appreciate it. Restoring balance.
Let's break it.
Unlucky. Alright. Let's go to the next one. I already watched your Zen gameplay, so we're gonna watch a little bit more of your BAP.
Payload progresses. Excellent.
Yeah, I'll go over notes. Yeah, it's not really your job to push at this leg of the payload. And again, I don't know why you're playing low ground when you have stairs. Stairs are lovely. You'll be able to shoot down and heal your targets easier.
You're completely healed.
You can peek, you can push.
I was always very school.
Oh, there would have still up. Never mind. I apologize. Naturally heal him. Don't use regen burst that early. Good window, unlucky Arizon got picked.
No one can hide from my sight.
Unlucky.
You're completely healed.
We must push forward.
Your concern touches me.
Topping you up.
Distance is no obstacle to my accuracy.
Clamp, clamp. Good. Good clamp.
Ça, c'est prescription, docteur.
I am in your debt.
We must unblock the payload.
60 seconds remaining.
Now you see me? Now you don't.
I am restored.
Payload in motion stays in motion.
Let them up.
Try to remain aware.
The payload advances. Khador!
You don't have to sit on car. Zen's on car. You can push forward. One of you push forward. I don't care.
Actuating the barrier.
Did not use regen. Good shots.
Yeah, the night is young.
A temporary. Let us push the payload forward. Alles heeft een reden.
Scanning.
Rubber smells so good.
Let's get you all better.
Oh, here Huffing Rubber will trouble.
Deines Licht ist nicht geteilt.
is that melody?
Oh, wait on one. And the DPS went off.
Not every day gives you a second chance.
30 seconds remaining.
Ain't much time left.
Rally to the payload!
Ramping, yep. Regen burst. I don't think he actually caught the Kree with the regen burst. The LOS heal over time, so. In the original burst, I don't think he hit him. Trades them. Lucky, but I'm glad he threw it out. Not sure we would have won this otherwise. Yep, no. Oh, what? You could do that?
Another day, another
Who
battlefield.
knew?
Someone has to keep you alive.
That's some bullshit, man. Telling me I can just hold square to change heroes and come back?
60 seconds remaining.
Feeling better?
So it really should be you pushing Car more than our Zen. He's going to be very vulnerable if they dive him. He literally has to rely on his mechanics and peel in order to live.
30 seconds.
Yep, good lamp.
Step rider.
Great lamp, great lamp.
Actuating the fire. Let's get you on.
Experience tranquility.
You stay up, not down. Yeah, that's why.
Excellent.
Quickly now! Time's running out!
What is that melody?
You don't need to be front running here. You can still play a little bit more back.
Here goes nothing!
Alright.
Coming through!
Pretty sure that's the end of it. That's all I'm going to be doing for VOD reviews. So, Beetle. BAP, you need to weigh the decision out in your mind when it comes to healing and DPS. You tend to overfocus on one thing or another, which happens to a lot of us. Need to prioritize high ground a little bit more. Makes your shots easier. Obviously, you're not going to get poked out as much if you're on high ground. Lamps were pretty decent. Regen bursts, I'd say about like a 70-30. Not too bad. And then window placement. You jumped the gun a little bit on a couple times, or was doing it too late. So just kind of had to work out the middle ground for that. You want to try to use it when they're aggressing into you, so either they're forced to commit even more resources to come into you. So like let's say a brawl comp with a Lucio, when originally they can just run at you with speed. You using window, now they're forced to use beat, right? It just forces more out of them. Or, that's the one you would prefer to use it for, or you just use it to get straight up picks. The other one would be you're just buying space or splitting the team. There's a ladder effect of what's best use for it, worst use for it, and it's all about timing to get which one in between. Kiri, you tend to do the thing that a lot of Kiri players do, which is, oh, someone's crit, I'll just TP towards them and throw Suzu. Not always the best idea, just because one, it could be a wasted Suzu, especially if it's like crit is like 70 HP. Like that's not super crit, or whatever the threshold is for the maximum of HP to be crit. Or they might have abilities that they can still get out of danger with, especially like Monkey, who's in. You don't need to save Suzu for when he's been in long and he has leap. But just, again, I think all heroes prioritizing high ground is very key. Everything else wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think everything else was fine. And then I did watch your Zen during the scrim. Let me pull up my notes for that. Nope, wrong one. You charge your shots too much on Zen. You don't call Discord enough, and you tend to scramble a lot when you get dove. So just need to keep a little bit more calm and collected when you're getting dove, and then you charge your shots way too much. Just go for a natural fire. You're going to get a lot more damage out that way instead of constantly going for the volley that you hit the 3 shots that kill him or whatever. Like it's natural fire is just going to be a lot more accurate than the volley will be. Other than that, that's it. So good job, everyone. Like I said, if you want to watch through, go ahead. But other than that, that's it. That's all I got.